Hello students, good morning to all of you. Today I am going to start this video with our first lesson for class 3rd, that is computer basic. In this lesson the first term you need to know, that is what is computer. So the answer is computer is an electronic device. We called it a machine of common purpose that can be programmed to carry out a predetermined set of logical and arithmetic functions. It can perform a wide variety of tasks. Task means works the things which we can do with the help of computer. It enables you to learn various skills useful in life. Now the uses of computers. Here are wide range of uses of computers, as we can use computers at homes, in schools, offices, railway stations, airports, banks, hospitals, media houses, space research organizations and many other places. We can use a computer to make drawings, watch cartoons, play games, listen to music, type letters, send emails, search for information and communicate with the people with the help of internet. The full form of computer is commonly operated machine, particularly used for technology, education and research. Now the characteristics of a computer. Characteristics makes computer a powerful device. Here are number of characteristics which makes computer a powerful device. But the most common uses are speed. It can perform millions of calculations in a few seconds. Next, accuracy. It always gives accurate results, provided correct information that is fed into it. The accuracy of the result is only depend upon the user. If user fed the correct information, it gives the correct result. Next, tireless working. A computer never getting bored or feeling tired. It always ready to do the work. Next, large memory. Memory indicates storage capacity. Computer can store large amount of data and the information. Multitasking. It is the ability of a computer to operate several programs at the same time, which we call multitasking. Now the next topic is working of a computer. As we know, computer is similar to any other machine, but computers work on the three basic steps. First is input, second process, and the third is output. Input means data fed into the computer, means when you type something with the help of keyboard, that comes under input. Process. The computer perform operations over the data are called process. Output. Output is the result which was given to the user on the basis of input. That is called the working of a computer. These processes are combinedly known as IPO cycle. So the next question arises is, what is IPO cycle? It is a series of input, process and output operations are called the IPO cycle. I stands for input, P stands for process and O stands for output. So dear students, don't change their sequence. I means input comes first, process comes second and the output comes at the last in working of a computer. Let us explain in details what is input, process and output. Input. Input is the data and instructions which fed into the computer. These types of data can be in the form of words, numbers, alphabets, pictures, audio, video, instructions, commands, etc., which tell to the computer what to do with these data. Input devices. These types of devices are used to enter data and information or the instructions into the computer. For example, mouse and keyboard. Keyboard. Keyboard is the most commonly used input device. It is used to type words, numbers, and give commands to a computer by pressing various keys which was present over the keyboard. We read about the keyboard in detail in our second lesson. Now mouse. It is used to move the pointer on the screen. The next question which is stuck in your mind is, what is pointer? And why I use it with mouse, not keyboard? In fact, they both are input devices. So the answer is, mouse pointer is a small arrow-shaped structure which we use to move the mouse position over the monitor from one icon to another or one option to another. Here are one more thing, that is cursor. The cursor is controlled by the keyboard. It is as similar as the mouse. In work, it indicates where we start writing. Now the mouse has two buttons. The structure of a mouse has two buttons, the left button and the right buttons, and a scroll wheel at the center. Here are different types of mouse. The mechanical mouse, it has a rubber ball on its underside. When the ball is rolled in any direction, the mouse pointer on the screen also moves in the same direction. Second is optical mouse. It has a laser light at the bottom instead of a ball. This laser light detects the movements of the mouse. It is the most commonly used mouse nowadays. It can be wired or wireless. Here are different types of actions using a computer mouse on the basis of their activity. Click. Press and release the left mouse button once. It is called click. Double click. Press the left mouse button twice quickly. It is called double click. It is used to open a file or folder or start a program. Right click. Press and release the right mouse button once. It is called right click. It displays a list of commands related to the clicked item. Scroll. Scroll means move back and forth. In sense of mouse, the scroll wheel. Move the scroll wheel back and forth. It is called scrolling. It is used to help to move up and down a page on the screen. Now the drag and drop. So what is drag and drop? It is used to move an item from one position to another position on the screen. The steps to drag and drops are: the step 1, move the mouse pointer on the object which you want to drag on the screen. Step 2, press and hold the mouse left button and drag the object to move it. This process is called dragging. Step 3, release the left button on the spot where the object is to be placed. This is called the dropping. This full process is known as drag and drop. Now the processing of data. Processing is the action taken on the data to convert it into meaningful information. It totally depends upon the data which was given by the user to the computer. for processing. The processing of data and instruction in a computer is done by the CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It is often called the brain as well as the heart of a computer. It controls the overall functioning of the computer. Its main work is receiving the data from the input unit and process over the data or the information as according to the given instructions, and at last send it to the output unit. The parts of the CPU. The CPU has three parts, as you can see over the board. Arithmetic logical unit, which we know as ALU, control unit, which we call CU, and the last one is memory unit. Here you can see in the picture, it is a structural format of working of the CPU with the help of computer. Arithmetic logical unit or arithmetic logic unit. It is known as ALU. It is the brain of the CPU. It performs all type of arithmetical calculation as well as the logical operation on the data. Logical operations included the performing comparisons on data like, equal to, greater than, less than, etc. Now CU, it is known as the heart of the CPU. It controls the flow of data and instructions between the ALU and the memory unit. It also links the various parts of the computers together. The last is memory unit. It accepts, stores and transfers the data and the instructions that are being used by the ALU and the CU. Then after, output comes. Output is known as the result which was produced by the computer after the processing over the data. It can be in the form of text, image, audio or video as according to the information or the instructions given to the computer in the form of input. Now next is output devices. Output devices are used to provide the output to the users. The most common output devices are monitor, printer and speakers. Monitor. It is known as Visual Display Unit. In short, I called it VDU. It looks like a television. The front part of the monitor is called a screen. It displays the program running on the computer, as you can see in the image. Printer. Printer produced a copy of the information that you see on the monitor onto the paper. This is called hard copy or printout. And the information or the output which you display on the monitor is called soft copy. Here are different types of printers. You can see over the board. Dot matrix printer, inkjet printer, laser printer. They are the most commonly used printer. That's why I tell their names. Now the next is speaker. Speaker is used to listen to music and sound played on a computer. It can be desktop speakers or headphones. Both comes under the speakers. Now the next is storage devices. Here are different types of storage devices. The first is inbuilt storage devices. Inbuilt storage devices means the storage devices which is already inbuilt inside the CPU. As example, hard disk drive. It is a main storage device in a computer. It is fixed inside the CPU box. It can store a large volume of data. Next is solid state disk. It is another type of storage device in a computer. It also fixed inside the CPU box. It is much faster than a normal kind of hard disk. Now the second is portable storage devices. These type of storage devices is not a part of the CPU box. It is connected externally to the computer. We called it portable storage device because it is easily carried from one place to another. For these types of devices, we didn't need to carry the full CPU because they are not inbuilt inside the CPU. Now come on the next. Types of portable devices, portable storage devices. Here are some examples, that is CD, DVD, VD. CD stands for compact disc. DVD stands for digital versatile disc. BD stands for Blu-ray disc. DVD can store more data than a CD. BD can store 10 times more data than a DVD. We can place a BD, DVD or CD inside a BD drive, but we cannot place a BD inside a CD or DVD. Now the pen drive. It is also a kind of storage device. It is small in size and it is a portable storage device. It can store and transfer large volume of data in the form of instructions and information to the computer quickly. All types of storage devices are input-output devices, as data can be read from and written to them. Now the next topic is computer system. So it is the combination of hardware and software. Both hardware devices are the external part of the computer, which we call hardware, which we can see and touch. Software devices, they are the set of instructions or the programs which make a computer system works. It tells the computer what to do. It is a part of a computer which we cannot be seen and not touched. Some examples are Microsoft Windows, Microsoft Office, MS Paint and Notepad. MS stands for Microsoft. It is the name of company. Hardware and software both are independent. One cannot function without the other. That's why we called a computer system a combination of hardware as well as the software both. The examples of computer hardware are keyboard, mouse, CPU, hard disk, printer, monitor and speakers. They are the hardware devices. Computer hardware.